Mr. Vance, will you accept any deal that does not include a debt limit increase?
Look, I'll say one thing. The Democrats just voted to shut down the government, even though we had a clean CR, because they didn't want to give the president negotiating leverage during his first term, or during the first year of his new term. And number two, because they would rather shut down the government and fight for global censorship bullshit. They've asked for a shutdown, and I think that's exactly what they're going to get.
38 Republicans voted against it as well. What's the path forward, Mr. Vance?
Come on, guys.
What will be your policy in Syria?
Are you meeting with Speaker Johnson tonight to regroup?
In this video, we're diving into the Democrats' decision to push for a government shutdown, which we see as a strategic move to prevent the president from gaining any negotiating leverage. We'll discuss how the Democrats are prioritizing global censorship over the functioning of our government, suggesting they're willing to accept a shutdown to advance their agenda. We'll also touch on the rejection of a clean continuing resolution, CR, by the Democrats, highlighting the lack of bipartisan cooperation on this issue. But beyond the political maneuvering, the American people are fed up with these massive spending bills that get passed without ever being fully read. It's a cycle of excessive spending that leaves taxpayers footing the bill without any real accountability. Even the Democrats are frustrated that they're being forced to pass a bill without the usual wasteful spending they've pushed for in the past. And, to make matters worse, they're now blaming people like Elon Musk for fueling public discontent and shining a light on the system's dysfunction. Let's now watch how all of this is playing out and why it's causing so much frustration.
The Musk-Johnson proposal is not serious. It's laughable. Extreme MAGA Republicans are driving us to a government shutdown.
Do you see a world in which you might regret not agreeing with a clean debt ceiling?
I don't know who's going to win this shutdown, but I know who loses, and that's the American people. And we know who caused it. We had a deal, we negotiated a deal, and then Musk decided to change the deal. Do I call him President Musk?
Agreed on a bill.
They signed it.
And you know what? They got scared because President Musk told them, President Musk said, don't do it. Don't do it. Shut the government down. Imagine. What does he know about what people go through is when the government shuts down? Are his employees furloughed? Hell no. Is he furloughed? No. And when you shut the government down, people don't get paid. And maybe if none of us got paid if the government shut down, some people on the other side of the aisle would feel differently about where we're going in this effort. We had an agreement. But you know, this is not different from what we've experienced over the last year and a half or so. Think about it. Biden, McCarthy, deal. Come together. Next day, walk away. Johnson, Schumer, deal. Next day, walk away. And now this deal, walk away from it.
I voted for a CR, but I'm here today because I realize that the plan that's on the table currently to keep our government open, but also the promise from the only president in my lifetime who's ever followed through on all of his campaign promises to the American people. Excuse me, I'm not done talking. Give me the same respect we give you guys.
The House will come to order. My colleagues are reminded the gentlewoman has the floor. She has the right to be heard. The gentlewoman has the right to be heard, and the gentlewoman would be reminded to direct her comments to the chair. The gentlewoman from Florida is recognized.
From the only president in my lifetime who's fulfilled all of his campaign promises to the American people, has promised to cut hundreds of billions of dollars in reconciliation. You want to talk about shutting down the government. The deal that was negotiated was largely rejected by the American people, which, to Speaker Johnson's credit, pulled it from the floor, which is why we are here today. The deal on the table will keep the government open for the American people, and if you guys so choose to shut it down, it will be on you, but not the Republican Party. We will not be going back to the table. This deal stands as it is, so let you go back home on Christmas and explain to your people why you shut down the government, because we won't be doing it.
The House.
Furthermore, Mr. Speaker.
The House will be in order. The House will be in order. The gentlewoman is reminded to direct her comments to the chair. My colleagues are reminded to yield the floor to the gentlewoman from Florida.
Furthermore, Mr. Speaker, the former bill had items in it to include random pandemic policies, biocontaminant research that were not in the best interest of the American people. So the deal on the table is as is. You either vote for or you vote for the shutdown, but it will be not on the Republican Party, but on Democrats as it stands. Mr. Speaker, I yield my time.
I was just texting with my son back home in Austin, who I haven't seen in quite a long time because I'm here trying to fight for him. When I got through cancer about 12 years ago, I made my promise to my kids that I would do everything I can to save this country. And what we're doing right now is to continue to double down on the things that are destroying the republic. We are going to increase the debt ceiling, not just $4 trillion, that's false. We have spent $4.7 trillion in additional debt in the last 19 months. We're going to increase the debt by $5 trillion. That's what's going to happen right here by Republicans, increasing the debt $5 trillion. And what are you doing in the same bill? $110 billion unpaid for, because you never have any ounce of self-respect to go out and campaign saying you're going to balance the budget, and then you come in here and pass $110 billion unpaid for. On top of the $200 billion you did for WEP, you guys won't agree with that, but the fact of the matter is $330 billion. Congratulations, you've added to the debt since you were given the majority again on November 5th. It's embarrassing. It's shameful. Yes, I think this bill is better than it was yesterday on certain respects, but to take this bill yesterday and congratulate yourself because it's shorter in pages but increases the debt by $5 trillion is asinine. And that's precisely what Republicans are doing. I'm absolutely sickened by a party that campaigns on fiscal responsibility and has the temerity to go forward to the American people and say, you think this is fiscally responsible. It is absolutely ridiculous.
Which is even months ago, when Nikki Haley was saying chaos follows Trump wherever he goes, she wasn't talking about Elon Musk and what we're seeing. I mean, this is an incredible situation that we're seeing. You can't get a photo of Trump without Musk being in it. And I'm not saying that to mock. I'm just saying it's an incredible turn of affairs.
Yeah, he's very influential. I actually talked to a member of Congress today about this whole situation, and he said that when Musk sent out his tweet, the first tweet about this whole deal,
like he's never seen so much pork in his life.
Instantly, the phone started ringing in the congressional office, and people from the district started calling. And so that's real power. That the power to communicate and then have it instantly translate into, in that case, grassroots action. So you can see why members of Congress are, running around, freaking out a little bit about what's happening. I think likely what's going to happen tonight, hopefully, you get 38 Republican no votes here. You get Donald Trump on the phone. You try to begin to work inside the party to pull those people back. It's easier to win the debate over blame if your party is unified. The way to unify the party has always been to get Trump involved in it more.
Right. The Democrats only lost 2. I mean, 2 Democrats voted for it. The Republicans lost 38.
And I will just tell you this, my sense is what Republican voters want is for Republican elected officials to be unified and mostly unified around Trump. So my hope is that's what the leadership is going to do. Try to get him to engage with the 38.
Years later, we can put that Truth Social post from Donald Trump up there if we can. I guess, what are your thoughts on all of this? I mean, what's the feeling among Democrats right now? Who's in charge? Is it Elon Musk? Is it Donald Trump? What's going on?
Well, for me personally, it appears that Elon Musk is trying to take the role as an unelected president. And in fact, that Donald Trump, it appears, is following his orders. And of course, the consequences are grave. When you look at what could take place, and I've been through government shutdowns before, we have services that will be halted. We have people who would be furloughed. This is the holiday season. We'll have TSA agents who won't be paid. We'll have total chaos again. The economic impacts of a shutdown are devastating, and it hurts people, everyday people. And so to be able to blow up a bipartisan deal that would keep the government open, that would allow the negotiations to move toward another deadline in March, to me is just irresponsible. But it says a lot about Donald Trump, and it says a lot about allowing a non-elected billionaire to run our government.
Wait, so you're saying, hold on, just back up. So you're saying these four people, you're saying Jeffries, Johnson,
Schumer, McConnell, Johnson, and Jeffries, the firm.
Okay,
They did this.
Okay, McConnell and Schumer, they cooked this up for the last 85 days in secret, dropped it on everybody Wednesday, and this is where we are.
Yes. And it has failed. It's failed miserably because the American people are awake. They have access to X. They have access to Water's World. They have access to information and to apps that will help them quickly digest this information. This does not work. It's an historic moment. It's fallen apart. And as a result, somebody's going to have to lose their job over this. I don't think the speaker is going to remain in power. That's my prediction. I'm not in the House. If I'm correct in that, and I think I am, we need bold new leadership, outside leadership, and I think it needs to be a Doge speaker. It needs to be either Vivek Ramaswamy or it needs to be Elon Musk. Look, I was over here a couple weeks ago, House and Senate Republicans for a Doge caucus meeting. I've never seen, we're like, herding cats, Republicans on Capitol Hill. Never seen so much attention, so much respect for two people in our entire caucus, in the Senate and in the House.
So you're officially nominating right here on Jesse Watters Primetime, either Vivek or Elon to be House Speaker. Doesn't have to be a politician, could be anyone, can be Speaker. Do they want that job?
I don't know. Look, I'm a little bit skeptical. Elon is kind of busy. He's got like 54 companies that he's running and trying to get to the moon. I suspect Vivek is a little bit more open to it than Elon. I'll take either one of them. Vivek, Elon, if you're watching, please sign up. America needs you.
All right.
Let me know what you think about this video in the comments section below. And if you want more, make sure to subscribe.